we got to look at Bitcoin, because I know you guys, a lot of you guys love your Bitcoin here, as do I. And what we're seeing is Bitcoin is starting to respond vertically here. So my guess is this is starting to be okay, money's being pulled out of the mega caps. It's coming out of the semiconductors. A lot of that money is saying, well, where do I go? Could I go to gold? Well, you could go to gold, but gold's getting hammered today. So where else is it going? It's going to Bitcoin. And what we know is, if you've been watching my game plans and trading the closes, we confirmed above that level right there. Once you confirm above it, it means this is major support now. And eventually, if you consolidate, you should start to move up. So we are starting to see that. We're trading around 66,000. Where is your key technical level of resistance where you're going to run into some resistance? It's just around 70, 71, 72,000. And so there still is some more upside on Bitcoin, but it certainly is getting in that direction. And that's, again, what the charts would go.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Let's join Gareth in this video about Bitcoin and more.
What we're looking at is a chart of the SMH that now is quite a bit off of the highs, about 12%. We had the reversal engulfing candle, I've highlighted this multiple times because we've seen this, or I've never seen this pattern, bearish pattern formation in my career. Massive reversal here to the downside. So the question everyone's asking is, where will it bounce? I'm going to show you what I think. So what we're going to do here is we're going to zoom out on the chart, and we have to find a confluence of events, right? Confluence of factors. And so one of the things I was doing, and I always do this, I connect my pivot lows. So I take a major pivot low. Notice again, guys, if we talk about pivot lows, it's a down and an up. So down to a low and then up, and look at how it just continued going like that. So that tells me that is a pivot point on the charts. So what we do here is we say, okay, well, let's take a line from there, and we're going to connect it to this low pivot. So here we go. Let's do it right now as we drag it up. So what we can see here is this line comes to about 236. Okay, so that gives me an idea of where a support level could be, but one is not enough. You need 2 or 3 factors to make sure that you have a good support level for a bounce on the SMH. So then what do? Well, I look back at the chart here and I say, okay, well, if we take a line from this pivot high here, which was a major reversal, in fact, that was when NVIDIA topped out, and we draw that across, what do we get? We get a line that literally matches at that same point of interest. So now I have 2 factors. Another thing I do is I say just above that, there's a gap fill. So there's a gap fill just a tad above that, around 242. So now you're starting to get a bunch of things right in this zone, this 240, 235 zone on the SMH. And yes, that's still a little bit of a drop. But remember, a priority for an investor or trader is always finding the levels where you're going to be as sure as you can be, as much as we can be, that we're going to get a bounce. Last thing I want to show you, and then I'll kick it over to Drew, is that if we do a Fibonacci retrace and we take this low here, right? If we take this low pivot right here and we drag it to that high, where does this align? Look at this, guys. You got your 50% fib right in that same vicinity, somewhere between 240 and 236. So for me, I would expect this to come in right here, and then we should get some sort of bounce. So you're looking, again, still, I mean, in all fairness, you're still looking at potentially another $10 drop on the SMH.
Bitcoin sees reduced selling pressure from large investors, maintaining its strength above $67,000 over the past week. Bitcoin has seen a significant reduction in selling pressure from large investors, particularly those holding between 1,000 to 10,000 BTC. CryptoQuant head of research Julio Moreno noted that large sellers are exhausted, and current valuation metrics indicate positive momentum. Compared to the periods in March and May when Bitcoin exceeded $71,000, realized profits are minimal. Bitcoin is currently trading at $67,088, up 12.15% over the past 7 days. Traders are closely watching the critical $65,000 support level, with speculation that Bitcoin could reach $69,000 next. Crypto trader Milkybull Crypto suggests that the next point to complete the weekly megaphone price pattern is $69,000, potentially targeting $84,000 to $88,000. A move to $69,000 would erase $261.9 million in short positions, according to CoinGlass data. Bitcoin hasn't reached $67,000 since June 12, but several bullish indicators suggest the uptrend may continue. Quentin Francois highlighted that weekly Bollinger Bands are at their lowest levels ever recorded, indicating strong momentum. Bitcoin's price dropped sharply below $60,000 to $53,905 on July 5 before making a recovery. Philip Swift noted that Bitcoin's price has returned to the short-term holder realized price, an important indicator for speculative Bitcoin holders. The crypto trading account On-Chain College observed that Bitcoin breaking above key levels indicates strong momentum and support at $64,000.
What I'm looking at is looking at this top pivot up to the very next pivot, and look where we found today, where price went up into, stopped, reversed, and came right back down. So you can see that these levels are very important, especially when you're coming off of a move. Number 3 is a very big move on a trend line. Whenever price comes into one of these trend lines with any velocity, we're going to be expecting a pullback. You can see that's exactly what's playing out right here. It's amazing that this happens every single day, but these are some of the techniques that just make things simple. We can all count to 3. We can all count to 7, 10, 14, whatever the numbers may be, but this just helps us narrow down these levels and makes trading a lot easier for us. Oftentimes, there's so much data, so much information to digest. Just go to the charts. Help yourself, help your mind, make the right trade. This is one of those that you could have made.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. All right. Jumping over here, guys, take a look. Silver's getting hammered today, but look at where it went. And we actually bought this in Smart Money Commodities today because it went to what I call a retrace to the scene of the crime. What's a retrace to the scene of the crime? Well, you have a very clear channel, right? Highs and lows. It just keeps bobbing up and down, right? And so what we saw is it just kind of go down, up, down, up, down, up, down a little bit, and then it broke out. It broke out here, confirmed here, and then you got this consolidation. Now, that's usually bullish consolidation, but in this case, it failed. And look at what happens when a bull flag fails. You get a big sell-off to the downside. But I'd been waiting for this because, again, what I know is that in general, charts have a tendency to retrace to the scene of the crime. What's the scene of the crime? Well, this trend line is the crime scene, right? This is the breakout line. So it broke out here. So when it retraces coming back to home base to check out what's going on there, that's where you buy it right there. So far, we're in the money, but I would expect a little bit more bounce on silver, at least in the near term. And really, if we flip over to gold real quickly as well, gold is also having a big down day here. So looking at gold right here, you can see big drop. This is an interesting one because gold closed above this key breakout level, but it didn't confirm. And this is another key educational point, is when you don't confirm above a level like here, the level, which is this line here, it's only minor support, meaning it's vulnerable to a break back below. When you confirm above support, well, which level did we just talk about? Let's go to Bitcoin. This level confirmed. All right. In fact, you retraced the very next day. But point is, the chance of upside is much greater when you confirm because this becomes major support. So minor support when you don't confirm, major support when you do. It does dictate price generally with a high probability of the time.
9 spot Ethereum ETF are launching on July 23, marking a significant milestone for cryptocurrency markets and offering new investment opportunities. After years of regulatory hurdles, spot Ethereum ETF are set to hit the market on July 23. The Chicago Board Options Exchange, CBOE, confirmed the launch for 5 ETF, including 21 Shares Court Ethereum ETF, Fidelity Ethereum Fund, Invesco Galaxy Ethereum ETF, VanEck Ethereum ETF, and Franklin Ethereum ETF. The remaining 4 ETF are expected to list on NASDAQ or NYSE Arca around the same time. Investors can buy Ethereum ETF shares on virtually any major brokerage platform, such as Fidelity, eTrade, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, and TD Ameritrade. These ETF will be listed alongside traditional assets, making them accessible to a broad audience. The management fees for the 9 spot Ethereum ETF vary. 8 of the ETF have fees ranging from 0.15% to 0.25%. Grayscale Ethereum Trust, ETHE, which launched in 2017 under a different structure, charges a higher fee of 2.5%. Many ETF are offering temporary fee waivers to attract investors. For instance, the Grayscale Ethereum Mini Trust has a 0.15% fee waived for the first 6 months, or until it reaches $2 billion in AUM. Franklin Templeton's Ethereum ETF has a 0.19% fee, waived through January 2025 or until it hits $10 billion in AUM. None of the current spot Ethereum ETF will offer staking initially. Staking involves depositing Ethereum to earn rewards, which boosts returns but also carries risks such as slashing. While issuers like Fidelity, BlackRock, and Franklin Templeton have sought approval to include staking, the SEC has denied these requests due to liquidity concerns. Staked Ethereum usually takes days to withdraw, posing a problem for ETF issuers who need to redeem shares promptly. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.